everybody, Amazing Atheist here with you once again. As you all know, Flight 447 Air France disappeared and it crashed and everyone died and wham. You know, the worst thing about the plane crash is the very worst thing. I know a lot of you would be like, all those innocent lives lost, ooh, death, ooh. No, the worst part about any plane crash is listening to all these assholes who think they're comforting us by telling us, you know, you have a better chance of being struck by lightning than dying in a plane crash. How do you know how often I'm even on a plane? I mean, maybe I fly every day. Maybe I'm always in a plane. Maybe I'm always flying somewhere. If I'm always flying, isn't my chance of dying in a plane crash higher than someone who doesn't fly very often or doesn't fly at all? And how do you know I'm less likely to get struck by lightning? How do you know that I'm not in the habit of standing out in the middle of a field holding a lightning rod and inviting God to strike me dead? You know, I know these people are never going to shut up. They're always going to want to throw their little statistics at you. I took the liberty of making up some statistics of my own, but mine are a fuck of a lot more interesting. They're like, you're more likely to get hit by lightning, blah, 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 blah. I made some good plane crash statistics that I think you guys will really enjoy. You're more likely to get fisted by a 2-ton gorilla named Barbara in the parking lot of an Outback Steakhouse than you are to die in a plane crash. You're more likely to have a hole drilled into your temple with a wine cork by Walter Cronkite on an ecstasy binge than you are to die in a plane crash. You're more likely to play hopscotch on the Pope's crotch whilst having your butt shaved by small Jamaican children eating 1/10 scale replicas of St. Martin's Cathedral made out of Limburger cheese and old crayons that melted in the sun than you are to die in a plane crash. You're more likely to hear a good Nickelback song than you are to die in a plane crash. You're more likely to fall into a tranquil slumber while fire ants bite your eyelids from the inside and a black bear with chainsaws for arms gives you a hand job than you are to die in a plane crash. You're more likely to say, wow, Windows Vista sure is a nifty operating system and not at all prone to glitches and bugs than you are to die in a plane crash. You're more likely to never again hear someone say, you're more likely to get struck by lightning than you are to die in a plane crash, than you are to die in a plane crash. You're more likely to receive a formal invitation from Buckingham Palace to eat out the Queen's pussy in exchange for a lifetime subscription to Golf Digest than you are to die in a plane crash. You're more likely to read a news story about Samuel L. Jackson becoming the new Grand Wizard of the KKK and Rush Limbaugh becoming the new head of the ACLU and the two of them having gay sex on the lawn of the White House as an elaborate political statement primarily relating to the problematic overabundance of people named Francis than you are to die in a plane crash. You're more likely to give a shit when a coworker is talking about their foot problems for the 43rd time that morning than you are to die in a plane crash. You're more likely to die in 2 plane crashes than you are to die in a plane crash. You're more likely to give birth to a gay albino midget serial killer with a hair lip who plays the banjo and never calls on Christmas than you are to die in a plane crash. You're more likely to spend several hours reflecting on the many talents of Fred Durst than you are to die in a plane crash. You're more likely to find a film wherein Keanu Reeves turns in a rich, nuanced, and complex performance than you are to die in a plane crash. You're more likely to be eaten by a Tyrannosaurus Rex while swimming in a thimble filled with snozberries, searching for a copy of The Phantom Menace because you truly feel that it is a great film, while the entire cast of the original Honeymooners fight over a piece of salami cut into the shape of a reindeer that can be redeemed at the Walmart customer service counter for a coupon for 15% off of a bottle of grape Faygo, which they want to shove up your mother's ass if you cannot recite the alphabet backwards, skipping all the vowels while underwater and dressed like Seven of Nine from Star Trek Voyager than you are to die in a plane crash. Amazing Atheist, peace the fuck out.